Hello and welcome to the Writer's Journey. We are a community of writers, and tonight I will be teaching on the 7 strategies for cultivating and writing, creating a writing habit and a commitment. I am Phyllis Jenkins, the founder of the Writer's Journey and the Powerful Journey, as well as the Authors Academy, where we help women tell their stories, write their books, and then build a brand around both, a profitable brand around both of those. So we are super excited to start our teaching tonight. And I want to start by just asking you a question. How many of you have struggled to create a writing habit? Or did you start out where you were super excited about writing, but then you allowed distractions to steal your momentum? Well, congratulations on having the desire to write, because writing is indeed a powerful tool that will help you express creativity as well as personal growth. So tonight we want to look at the 7 strategies for cultivating a writing habit and commitment. And I want to just let you know that I am teaching this in front of a live community tonight. They are our Writer's Journey community. And once we have completed with our teaching, you will get to hear testimonials from them on where they are within these 7 strategies that we're sharing tonight. So let's move on to strategy number 1, which is setting realistic goals. Setting realistic goals. You know, sometimes we can be so excited about something that we will set a goal that is way out of our reach. So by setting achievable writing goals instead of aiming for unrealistic goals, instead of saying, I am going to write 3 hours a day, and you aren't able to do those 3 hours a day, I want to encourage you to start with a smaller goal. Start with a smaller, manageable goal. If you can only write 30 minutes a day, then set aside those 30 minutes and start there. If you can write 45 minutes a day, then write 45 minutes a day. But if you only have 15 minutes a day to write, guess what? That's where you start. You start with what you know that you can achieve, and then you become consistent with that, and then you gradually add on to what you are writing, increasing your time gradually. So set realistic goals. Number 2 is, get my screen going here. Number 2 is creating a dedicated space. Creating a dedicated space. You choose the space that's best for you. And having a dedicated writing space, what that does is it sends a signal to the brain that it's time to focus and time to write and be productive. So I want to encourage you to choose a quiet, comfortable place where you can minimize your distractions. Minimize your distractions, whether it's in the corner of a room. My husband loves to go to a coffee shop and takes his laptop and he'll write there. Maybe that's what you like. I'm totally the opposite. I have to have a quiet space. So you find what's best for you. Maybe it is a cozy home office that you have created. Whatever it is, make that your designated place and begin to use that as your writing space. you will be excited to go and to get that routine going. All right, let's look at number 3, which is establish a consistent routine. Establish a consistent routine. Consistency, my friend, is the key. When it comes to building a writing habit or any type of habit, you've got to have consistency. So I encourage you to set a specific day and time. And if you can write at least 30 minutes a day or whatever time you have chosen, make that consistent, a consistent habit, so that you're establishing that routine. When you create a routine, you are once again conditioning the mind to say that it's time for you to write, and you want to make writing a non-negotiable part of your day. Put it in your schedule, put it on your phone, uh, whatever you need to do, put it there so that you incorporate it into your day. Let's move over to number 4. Our 4th strategy is remove distractions. Look at the picture here. There's the cell phone, there are notes everywhere. That is an area that would distract you, because if the phone rings, then you're going to see who's calling. So what I encourage you to do with the cell phone is to turn off your notifications, put it in airplane mode if you need to, but or even leave it in the other room. Now, if you don't do that, one of the hacks that I use is I keep I put a timer on my phone. So 45 minutes. I'll say I'm going to write 45 minutes and then take a break. So I put the 45-minute timer on my phone, and I know that there will be no other distractions at that time, because I have set that time aside, and I have decided that this is my time to write. So another thing for you to do if you're on your computer is to close unnecessary tabs that might be on your computer. And then the third thing that I encourage you to do is to inform your family members that this is your time to write, and that it should be uninterrupted time. Uninterrupted time. I have found that if you don't value your time, then others won't either. But if you are serious about your writing and having this as your time, then others will value that time as well. So make sure that you are sharing with them that this is my time to write, and I need it to be uninterrupted time. That was number 4. Let's go over to number 5. All right. I don't know how many of you battle with perfectionism, but look at this picture. She has papers going everywhere. Number 5 is embrace imperfection. Embrace imperfection, because perfectionism often hinders progress. Look at this lady. I'm sure she could be much further along if she wasn't trying to be perfect at what she's doing. So allow yourself to write imperfectly, knowing that you can always edit, and we do, and you can refine it later. So just write. Don't try to work to edit as you're writing. I've often said that if you are trying to write and edit at the same time, it's like driving a vehicle and having your foot on the accelerator and the brake. And so you're going nowhere fast. Again, give yourself permission to make mistakes and view them as opportunities to grow. View them as opportunities for growth. So embrace imperfection. Number 6 is join a writing group or community. You heard me say that I'm actually videoing this in front of our Writer's Journey group, and you'll get to hear from some of them very soon. But joining a group helps you to have accountability and support. And these women will tell you it has become a sisterhood here because of the support that we give each other. Whether you are meeting in person or online, such as the group that we are meeting in, the Writer's Journey, make sure that you join a group so that you can stay motivated. And that motivation will also help you to remain committed to your writing. Last, and our 7th is reward yourself. When you are making writing milestones, whether it's completing a chapter, whether it is a word count goal that you had, or even just being consistent for a week of writing, be sure to celebrate. We are very big at celebrating in the Writer's Journey community. Every Friday, we encourage everyone in this community to go to our Facebook group and to post your wins, whether they're big or small. A win is a win, and we want to celebrate that with you. So we are super excited to share these with you. Again, let me go over them again real quickly. Cultivating a writing habit and maintaining commitment requires 1, setting realistic goals. 2, creating a dedicated writing space. Number 3 is establishing a consistent routine. Number 4 is removing distractions. Number 5, embracing imperfection. Let me say that again. Embracing imperfection. Number 6, joining a writing group or community, such as our writing group, which is the Writer's Journey community. And then rewarding yourself is number 7. So I mentioned to you that I am recording this live in front of our Writer's Journey community. And so what I have asked them to do is to choose one of the 7 and to just share how it has helped them to get their writing done. Many of them are writing their books. Well, all of them are writing their books. Some are new, but some are completing their manuscripts and ready to move forward. So I am going to ask you now, let me see if I can get out of this screen so that I can see you. Very good. We are all back together. And I'm just going to ask you, I'm going to call you as I see you and ask you to just share which of the 7 strategies did you resonate with? I will call you as I see you on my screen. Angela Hayes.
All of them were really good, Miss Phyllis. More than one has resonated, but I would like to talk about remove distractions because we all have so much going on and all the time. So that was one thing that I had to be cognizant of to make sure that I was in that quiet, dedicated place and make sure that my writing was uninterrupted. That no one else could, invade on my writing time. And so I was dedicated to that and committed to that in writing my book. And then that definitely helped me move along every day, whatever, the day brought. But if I did it, remove my distractions, and I found out that in the mornings, after I come out of my prayer and meditation, that was the best time for me because I got ahead of the day. So there was less distractions for me.
That's great. Thank you, Angela, for sharing that. Let's move over to Chastity.
So mine will be also removing distraction because having a busy schedule with work and other activities outside of work and friends and family, you have to create that private time where with me, I have to have a quiet time and everything. That was my main thing because I try to write with, in different areas, but most of the time my thoughts won't be as clear. So most of the time I had to create a quiet space for me. And throughout my years, like most of the time, it's once everyone go to bed, it's my quiet time to write. And also, I would say with a busy schedule, also set realistic goals and everything. I would say that that's very important to set your realistic goals because it might be times where your schedule can get real busy and people or you just going on 100 miles per hour. So therefore, it's very important to set realistic goals.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Let's move over to Miss Ada, and after Miss Ada, we're going to move down to Kai. And for those of you who are still yet to share, um, if you can choose one of the seven that haven't been mentioned yet, that would be absolutely wonderful. So, Miss Ada, let's hear from you. You're still muted, Miss Ada.
The things that I have to deal with, setting realistic goals
Mhm.
and distracting. Because I do a lot of counseling and I have these people that just call. So I have to turn my phone off when it's time to write because that's distraction. And then I have to have my space because my husband will come banging on the door. And out of that place, you lose something. So I like to be consistent in that place. Have my goal. This is where I'm going to write. No one can interrupt at that time. And so, and I have to make that goal realistic. Otherwise, I have a problem because my family, my daughter checks to see if I'm stressing or doing too, and then she starts fussing. So I'm trying to, I have to have my goals so I don't get in trouble.
Very good. Thank you, Miss Ada. We seem to have those two, the setting realistic goals and the distraction seems to be the top two in this group. Let's move down to Kai. And after Kai, I'm going to move over to Judith.
I would say being consistent with a writing routine.
Mm.
So we always have this delicate dance of life's demands and our important project that's in front of us. So I think it's really important to allow your project to be the forefront of your life. At certain moments. So you have to figure out when that can happen because of course you still got to take care of, it could be your job, it could be the kids, it could be your husband or spouse or partner. So we always have something pulling on us, right? But how are we going to keep our project in focus? How are we going to make sure that we still take care of ourselves? And so to me, that is my number one thing is because I want to finish. So in order to finish, I need to make sure that I do what I need to do in order to make sure that I do finish. So
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. For those of you who are just joining us, we just had a lesson on cultivating the 7 strategies that will help you to create a writing habit and commitment. And so what we're doing now is going through those 7 and seeing which one resonated the most with you. They are in the chat here if you or didn't take the notes, but we want to continue because we are recording and we have outside guests who are watching this. So we're going to go over to Judith, and after Judith, I'll go down to Miss Sheila Orr. And if you all could make it about 60 seconds or less, please.
Yes, I want to say the same thing, is that all 7 were great, but being a first-time author, the main thing for me, because I am retired, so I had time, it was the most important thing to me was embracing imperfection, knowing that I didn't have to make sure everything was correct, and I had to learn how to not try to go back and edit, because the more I went back to edit, I couldn't finish. I couldn't complete it, so it was discouraging me. And the big one that I should say for me, and I thank God for this writer's journey group community. I think that being a part of this group has really inspired me, from listening to my future authors, those who were already up there once, listening to the younger generation and how we as women are so powerful. And that encouraged me more than anything to do what I need to do to get my story out there as well, to help other women strive for a goal of saving another person, whether it be young, old, whatever. And so the big one for me was joining this community.
Very well said. Thank you so much, Judith, and congratulations on finishing your manuscript as well. All right, let's go over to Sheila Orr, and after Sheila Orr, we are going over to Miss Angel Gaddis.
Mine was making sure I stayed consistent in my writing, and the setting the routine and the time that I would write. So the best way for me to do it is I don't do it at the same time every day. I have certain different times that I do it. And by me setting different times to do it, I don't feel like I am rushing into it or stressing myself or being overwhelmed by it, because I'm not doing it at the same time every time I do it. I do it at a different time. So that way I've already did everything else I need to do, because I know at this time, this is what time I've set aside for me to do my writing. So because I don't do it at the same time, that's what works for me.
Very good. I love that. You know, it is what works for you. So, but the important thing is she is setting the time. It's in her schedule to do. All right, let's move over to Miss Angel Gaddis and then Fran.
So mine would be embrace imperfection. I'm not really the one that types as I'm going. I like spirals. So I found myself writing, tearing out the paper, writing, tearing out the paper, changing it. And then before I knew it, I had like 3 or 4 different spirals. So toward the end of the book, as Miss Judah said, I found myself editing constantly and I couldn't finish. And there were times I just stopped for days and couldn't even wrap up my last chapter, because then I become frustrated thinking, what do I need to do? Is this right? Does it sound right? And second guessing myself. So I think it ties with rewarding myself as well. You know, just saying, hey, you wrote this. This is good. You have this step going. Let's move on to the next. Because at the end of the day, we are still going to be editing the book. So I think mine would be embrace imperfection and rewarding myself.
Very good. Thank you so very much. Let's move over to Fran, and after Fran, Michelle Grimes.
Okay, I have to creating a space, a dedicated space, and I have done that, which is my husband's office. I run him out of it, lock the door, and I'm in here because he likes the big TV in the front. Anyway, but that I'll close the door, and then rewarding myself because I'm visually impaired, and sometimes my concentration is not as good, but I reward myself when I've done a good manual writing that evening or whenever I'm writing. And I do set a time. It's usually in the evening or early mornings, like 7 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, when nobody's moving around but me. And that's what I do. Yeah.
Love that. Thank you, Fran. Let's move over to Michelle Grimes, and after Michelle Grimes, Wanda, please.
Okay. All of these are very good. And excuse me, the one I do like, but I don't do often enough is reward yourself. And I forget about that because I'm just trying to working in my mind on accomplishing setting the goal and meeting it, and then I just say, oh, I'm done. Okay, and then I don't follow through on the reward. So that's something that I really would love to do more of. Another thing is another strategy that I really like is creating a dedicated space. Now, when I do that and I am when I create that dedicated space, then I could go sit down and just start to write. I try to make it where it's several of these where it's not a lot of distractions in my dedicated space, because if it's a lot of stuff around, although I can block out a lot of stuff, but I try to, you want to make it pretty, if that makes sense. So that's it for
It
me.
does make sense. You want it pretty and inviting. Absolutely. Let's move over to Wanda and then Tinu after that.
Okay, thank you. I could really relate with all of them and definitely could understand what everyone has shared today. What I found for myself was that I had to create a designated space. Why? Because I have a writing space in every room of my home. And so if I'm in one particular room, there's a particular spot where I seem to gravitate and I'll start writing there. And then I'll go to the other room and also an idea will come. And for instance, I'm in my kitchen right now, but right behind me is a workstation. And, I'm in my laundry room, there's a workstation. And, but what I found was that I was wasting a lot of precious time. I was moving my laptop with me from room to room. And if not, my cell phone with me, and just dictating and then going back and typing and doing all kinds of different strategies in that way. And believe it or not, I even put my laptop by my bedside because I just hit a button and I start speaking and it starts voice to texting to typing. So, but what I found was that I had to go back and put all the pieces together. So it actually ended up taking a lot of valuable time and made me actually more disorganized and distracted. So what did I actually do this week? Seriously, I created a workspace in my laundry room, a place that I don't want to go into because it's, I don't want to go down there. I want to stay in the main level of my home. But I found that if I go down there, and I bring my laptop there, I actually have a couple laptops and I keep them in different levels. But if I go there, then I want to hurry up and write because I don't want to spend a lot of time there and stay focused. So, so creating a dedicated space was very, very important for me because in reality, we can write anywhere, right? And but I had too many writing spaces and that wasn't actually benefiting me. So
Wow,
thank you.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. These are all so beneficial. We're going to move over to Tinu and then Jackie Leonard.
Well, all these strategies are very essential for me. In fact, I'm going to work on all of them. I mean, seriously work on all of them. But the two that have really stood out for me is embracing perfection. I tend to edit as I write, and nothing wastes time like that. And thinking of how could I put that it will sound better and this and that. It wastes a lot of time. So that's one thing for me. But joining this group is the best thing I've done towards writing a book. In fact, it gives me the feeling and assurance that this book that has been in my mind for decades would really become a reality. So I'm grateful for this group, this community.
We are all grateful that you are here. I don't know if you can see everyone is clapping. And so we are excited that you're here. And yes, that book is going to be published. All right, let's move over to Jackie and Angel Adams. I know you came in a little late. If you're able to share one of the strategies that's listed in the chat, please do so. We are still recording. We have, this will go up on my YouTube channel so that others can come and watch and learn from the 7 strategies, and they will also learn from what they're hearing you all say from your experiences. Jackie.
Good evening. For me, we'll be joining a writing group or a community. I work well alone, but I work good from writing my first book. I have to be with other like-minded women to push me, to keep going. Because, I got in my mindset now, well, I'm not going to be at the conference till 2025. So I got a whole year left. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna write because I got some other things going on. But so joining this group will keep me focused to write, even though it's a year away. So it's gonna keep me focused to write something. And I did do a little writing during the break. So
very good.
Number 6.
Very good. Love that. Miss Angel Adams.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
We are great.
I just looked over the list, and I think it's a few of them for me, because I had to, first of all, I'm just so glad that I saw Angela Hayes posting about the writers, the powerful journey, and that's one of the most important thing for me. But the thing was, for me, I had to learn how to create my own space, as well as to remove distractions. Thank God that my family know when my door is locked, it's locked. I don't need you knocking on my door, because I need my time. So it just, the dedication just as well. I didn't have a set time, because I had to create my own time, whether it was if I was at work taking a break. So I took advantage of that, of my time, of my lunch, as well as coming home. So I had to create my own time, and this has really been a journey for me, because of all the writing and what I'm writing about my family. It has kind of like healed me in the process of why I'm writing.
Very good. Love that. And Angel is so right when she says she will write at work. She will write. She will find a space and a time to write. And I love that, because what
Yes.
she's doing is she's not letting a day go by where she isn't writing. And so I hope that those of you who are watching today who are not a part of this community yet, that you have gained some knowledge from the 7 strategies that we've shared today, and that you are ready to come and join us. We have a 14-day trial, free trial right now, where you can come and explore the group and learn and write and just take what is inside of you, take it out and put it into a book, so that others who have gone through, who are going through what you've already gone through, can be helped. Your book, your writing becomes a lifeline for someone else. So again, Thank you for joining us today. This has been the Writer's Journey community. I'm Phyllis Jenkins. Go to phyllisjenkins.com. That's PHYLLIS Jenkins.com, and it's in the show notes below. Go there and you can register. We'll also have the link there for you to register to come and join the writers community. And if you decide not to join this one, join a community so that you can have accountability. All right, thank you, and we will see you again soon. Happy writing.